Welcome to Humble Narcissist
We
Podcast.
Are back.
Why are you saying we're back?
I don't know, because we are. We're back from last week.
This week we're pretty much going to be a little random again. Dillon isn't feeling too great.
I have an ear infection. Everything sounds like I'm underwater.
Let's talk about some TV shows. Have we talked about the newest episode of The Traitors?
No, I don't think so.
Let's talk about The Traitors.
What do you think it was a production stunt?
What do you mean?
The whole fireside round table.
I
think
do.
It's a production stunt because they knew Peter was going to go home and they wanted to save him.
Yeah, I think that's what was going on. But I was also mad that they saved Peter because I'm ready for him to go too.
I know.
I don't like his holier than thou attitude either.
Right?
Like, it's getting on my last nerves. Though he is a bachelor, and from what I know about these bachelors from these TV shows is that they are narcissistic, and that's coming from a humble narcissist.
He has mommy issues, apparently.
Well, I believe it. Because, I don't like that they're all following him like he's the new baby Jesus.
His cult mentality. And then Trishelle sitting there why is she sitting there begging?
She's crying over, what's his name, CT not picking her.
And she called Peppermint out for being extra.
Yeah, and she's being super extra.
Right?
Which I am just going to throw this out there. I still think that it was racially / transphobia motivated when Trishelle went after her.
I agree.
Because Peppermint didn't hurt nobody.
Exactly.
She was just happy to be there, man.
Right?
That's someone that you should keep around for a little bit because she's just happy. She just wanted to be there because she loves the show. But it made me laugh when who was it that gave it to Phaedra? It was Sheree.
Sheree gave it to Phaedra.
Which I totally saw that one coming.
Exactly, I did too.
Because Sheree still don't know what game she's playing.
No, and then her and Sheree have history.
Oh, yeah, they do. But, when she gave it to CT, I was like, don't save Peter. Don't save Peter. So then when he saved John, I was like, oh, thank God. Then John...
Well, you knew John was going to save Peter.
No, I was hoping that he might have saved, and this is what I hate to admit. I was thinking he was probably going to save Trishelle.
No,
but
he was going to save Peter because Peter's the leader.
Peter needs to go. He's getting on my last damn nerves.
I have a feeling MJ's going to get murdered, though.
Ooh. Well, there's not going to be a murder. Oh, there is going to be a murder.
They have to murder either MJ, Kate, Bergie, Trishelle, or Parvati.
I hope that they murder Trishelle.
Which they're not going to murder Parvati.
They're not going to get rid of Bergie, I don't think, but that's more so because he trusts Phaedra wholeheartedly.
It's either going to be MJ or Trishelle. It better not be Kate.
Why would they get rid of Kate? Kate's been defending Phaedra at the round tables this whole time.
Exactly.
Kate is such good TV.
She'll be a good traitor too.
Oh, she will be a really good traitor. Though, when they tried to recruit Peter, everybody saw it coming that he was going to turn it down.
Exactly, because he's holier than thou.
Yeah, because he's just better than everybody, and that's his whole personality at the moment. Is that he's leading everybody into this victory charge, and it's oh my God.
See, if they were smart, they would murder Trishelle and then be like, oh, Peter's just trying to murder someone on his own side so it makes him look like not a traitor.
Ooh, that'd be good. Phaedra should throw that out there.
Phaedra won't, though. Have you noticed she doesn't really make waves? She doesn't say shit. She doesn't do anything. But it's kind of obvious she's a traitor, especially with her breakfast food conversation.
I think that it's obvious to us because we know her and we know that she jumps in and does whatever. When
she murdered Tamra, she didn't care. Boiled egg? Have a boiled egg.
Yes.
Where are the boiled eggs?
I enjoy her on The Traitors.
Yes.
I'm ready for the next season too. I want them to do that. I still think that what's her face from Salt Lake needs to be the next housewife on there. Monica.
Yeah.
I think Monica would really kill it.
Oh, did you see Larsa and whoever her boyfriend was?
They broke up. I saw that on the social media that she removed all the pictures of him.
And she posted she posted a poll. Do you think I should remove an ex-boyfriend from my friend list or whatever? Yeah.
I would say yes. And that's because soon as Corey and I started dating, I went through all of his shit and I wanted them all gone as well. But that's more so because I am a jealous person. However, he felt the same way. Like, if it was somebody that you had history with, they gots to go, which is fine with me because I don't talk to anybody.
You just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I get it.
But you know how I am when I have history with someone and we're no longer dating or anything. You're dead to me. So
pretty much,
I don't care. Who do you think, in your opinion, is going to win this season of the Traitors?
I hope Phaedra.
You're rooting for Phaedra?
Yeah, unless Kate becomes a traitor, then I'm all for Kate.
I am rooting for Bergie, and that's because he's such a lovable doofus.
He's so stupid.
I don't even know what show he's from, but
Love Island, or...
is he really?
Yes, the same thing as Ekansu was.
Ekansu was Love Island?
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm rooting for Bergie because he's just such a lovable doofus.
I want Kevin to go.
I want Kevin to go, but it's for the exact same reason I like Bergie. Kevin's just like...
Yes, but he disrespected Kate, so I don't like that.
I agree with that.
Kate, he was like, you listen to me because I'm a man. Yes. I was like, no, thank you. Go away.
It's time for you to sashay away.
Oh my God. I keep like scrolling through the Twitter/X today. I kept seeing like Valentine's Day memes where it's like it would be like roses are red, violets are blue, and then it'd have Phaedra. He said, "Oh Lord, not Ekansu."
See, my Twitter feed today or X was all just like drag race ones, and it had me rolling. Like there was a Bianca one that said, "I hate you a little less."
There was another
I'm gonna pull
one.
them up.
It was roses are red, violets are blue. So was Burgalicious problematic for you? That's what it was. And it just made me laugh.
So let's go to some Valentine's Day little e-cards. So I'm a part of this Drag Race Central group, and it's great because instead of like, so with Drag Race, a lot of the fans are very toxic and negative. Yeah,
it's a toxic fan base, period.
That's why I like this group, because like if you're being toxic towards a queen, you're gone.
Boot them?
They boot them out, and it's about positivity, and like there's actually a decent amount of RuPaul girls that are in this group.
Good.
Because of like how nice they are to everybody. Like if you start bashing on a queen and being like, you didn't deserve to win, they're like, no thank you, like you can go elsewhere. So there's some fun Valentine's Day cards with some drag queens on there. Like Bianca's she's making a face and it just says, I fucking hate you. And then the Willem one is, your tone isn't the only thing that seems very pointed right now.
I'm surprised they don't have one for Bianca. What are you good at?
Here's one for you. It's a little pound cake and it says, you're not my real dad, but you can be my daddy.
Oh my God.
There's a Katya one that says, care for a fucking. So, are there any other really good ones that you saw?
No, it's just been a whole bunch of the Traitors ones that
I haven't seen any of the Traitor ones,
really?
But everywhere I'm looking, it's all Drag Race ones. Let's see. Let's transition from Traitors to Drag Race, because now here in America we have a really fun day, which is Fridays now, because at the moment we have season 16 going on that comes out on Fridays, and the new episodes of UK versus the World on Fridays.
I don't like that. That's just too much all in the same day. They should give them their own day.
I'm okay with it, because
you have nothing better to do with your life.
I don't have anything better to do right now, and I love a Drag Race day. So Fridays are now my Drag Race day, because at about 4 is when the UK versus the World is posted, so I watch it then, and then at 8 is when the new American one comes out, so I watch that.
It's like they don't even have a day to themselves. Like, you have one that will steal the other's thunder. That's what I'm saying.
I want to start with UK versus the World, too. So, straight out of the bat, who's your favorite from the first episode?
Memorable wise?
Yes.
Not Mayhem.
Oh my God. Okay, let's pivot here, because we have to talk about that. Mayhem, I love her and I love seeing her on Drag Race, but Girl, you forgot your own words.
I know. How do you do that? You can make whatever up.
Could have just made it up. I do love, she has a real sense of humor about it because she's been laughing about it and posting herself, like making fun of it.
At least she laughed at her own jokes. You should do that when you get up on when you do stand up.
I mean, I will be laughing at my own jokes, especially in my head. I'll be like, I don't know why this isn't killing. This is great. I knew that the moment she forgot her words, there was no saving her. No. And if they did, then there was going to be a target on their back, which, spoiler, the top two was Marina and Le Grand Dame. And if either one of them saved her, it would have been a target for them because they'd be like, well, they're clearly doing an alliance because they just saved somebody that can't even remember their words.
Exactly.
But I will say that other than no, I'm cutting you off now. Who was your favorite from this first episode?
My standouts are the Grand Dame and Tia Coffee.
So I will agree with that and add Marina Summers.
I was about her. I don't know.
I loved her performance. I thought her performance was possibly one of the best because she wasn't trying to be silly or anything. It was just straight up performance. And she killed it. And then in the lip sync, she was killing it. You can tell because every time RuPaul looked at her, he was smiling.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is my new Georges.
They're the same height.
They are the same height. But I will agree with you that those are the ones that really stood out. But I'm throwing in Marina.
And I hope Scarlett lasts a little bit because she's crazy.
She's crazy, but I don't see her lasting very long because this is going to sound terrible, and I apologize to Scarlet Envy. It feels like these other queens are on a different level.
I can see that.
Because,
and then you also have the UK queens banding together because there's more of them.
I don't think that's going to last.
You don't think?
No, because I think that once the other girls start winning and they realize something's up, the UK queens are going to have to be like, okay, now we can't just stick together or else we're putting targets on our backs.
Yeah.
One that, based off of the first episode, I can see going home early is going to be John Burrs.
I don't even remember John Burrs in it. You know how sad that is?
I will say that after watching the first episode, I really wanted, if I wanted to read the subtitles, I would really go watch Spain and I would go watch France because I'm going to butcher her name, but Arantxa, her talent show was so weird, but it had me laughing because all she did was she taught you how to pronounce her name, and then when everybody's saying it, she's like, "You sound stupid," and I was like, "That's freaking great." That's when I lost it. I started laughing and I couldn't compose myself. I had to pause it for a second because I couldn't hear anything else because I was just laughing so hard. So I want her to last. I really do. Any other? Tia Coffee is my absolute favorite of UK, so she is who I am rooting for. I want her to win this whole season, so as long as it's someone that I want, because every time I watch America's Got Talent or The Voice, as soon as I'm like, that's my person, they go home. So I just want them to succeed.
Right.
But we are going to talk about the American Drag Race. You know what? We went to random, to Traitors, to Drag Race. We can finish this out talking more random and Drag Race when we get back.
All right.
We are back.
We gotta talk Drag Race.
Drag Race US, which I'm just gonna throw this out there. I think that I have decided that my winner for this season is not even an American. I want it to be Nymphia Wind. She cracks me up, and Corey, he was talking about how he's tired of hearing that she is the banana queen, and I'm like, I'm not done with that. I want more, because she looks damn good in yellow.
She's like, I can't do this. This is a song challenge, but I used to be a cake pop star.
There was a meme where it said, RuPaul, this week's challenge is that you're going to have to pilot a spacecraft to the moon. And Nymphia, I don't know what I'm going to do. Her confessional, joke's on them. I've worked for NASA for 7 years and have piloted many ships. So I'm like, that is her whole strategy. And I love it because I could see your ass doing that.
Hey, you know what? They're catching on to it, though.
They are catching on to it. do think that this week or last week with the doll challenge, I think she should have been in the top, personally. I would have kicked Plain out and put her in there because her look was better. The only thing that, in my opinion, that should have changed was that the pink bow instead of the yellow bow that was on the doll, which she has commented and said that she ran out of fabric, and that's why hers was pink and then the doll was yellow.
I'm surprised they didn't clock her for that, though.
Nymphia's just killing it, though.
I know.
Don't fault perfection. Nymphia is perfection to me.
So do you think Saphira was actually going to be in the bottom?
I don't think she was going to be in the bottom.
I think she wasted it. But I also think production was producing.
I think that they were ready for one of them to use it, so they went after Saphira. I will say that I don't think that she would have been in the bottom, and you could definitely...
she was easy safe.
Yeah, easy safe. And you could totally tell based off of when she was like, yeah, I want to use it, and TS and La Roche was like, what?
So let's play a game of what if, because Jane still has hers.
Okay.
What if? Because you notice how once they use the potion, they're pretty much immediately saved and then sent back.
Correct.
So what if Jane uses it on someone who she thinks might beat her, and she'd be in second place? So she uses it on that girl, so then that girl's immediately safe and gets put up, and then Jane wins.
Like wins that week?
The challenge, yeah.
You know what? That's pretty diabolical, Dillon. And that is something I could only imagine you coming up with. I want to win this week, so I'm going to save the one that's at the top because I'm in second. So then she should have saved Q.
You would think, right? But I don't think Jane was second.
God, you are shady with this competition.
But don't you see? I could see it happening.
I could definitely see it happening because that's something shady she would do. So what did you think of the doll challenge?
It was okay. I didn't think Dawn's was as good as...
I didn't get it.
I thought it was just basic.
I know that they all were like, this is beautiful. And she had that look of like Joan of Arc.
Dawn's was okay.
It wasn't for me. It wasn't for me, but her makeup was, of course, flawless. Her doll matched her, which was important. Plasma's look. She just reminded me of like her usual like 1950s, 60s type of look.
I actually like plain Jane's. It reminded me of like Tanya Harding, ice skater. I'm gonna like bust your kneecap.
I knew that's where you were going because of the fact that she's kind of evil.
She should have did a blonde wig with it, with like the 80s hair and shit.
Yes, that would have been entertaining. I enjoyed. Weirdly, I kind of liked Maya's look. Like, I don't know why I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed that look.
I don't like Maya.
Why? Because she does all the flips and stuff?
No, it's because she's so quiet and I don't know. She just...
You don't like her because she's quiet.
Yes.
Coming from you, who doesn't say a word until you've hung out with somebody for like 20 times.
Pretty much.
You're a hypocrite. No. You're not just a humble narcissist. You are also a humble hypocrite.
I don't know. I didn't think Maya was going to last very long.
I didn't either.
Because she really does scream filler queen to me.
Geneva, let's go to her because we're going to end you just being mean to Maya.
You asked me my opinion.
Now you have to do the camera.
No, but I was thinking it.
That's my opinion. Geneva, I liked her look. I see the problems when you look at the doll and her because the doll was like a different material for the skirt than what she did. I like her as a queen. I don't know if I would have put her in the bottom though, because
they were done with Geneva.
They were definitely done with her, but
with Geneva, because you know how the doll, like the skirt had like the big one,
yes,
big white circles. Geneva should have done that. Should have gotten something big, a big white circle.
So kind of like what Trixie was saying on the pit stop, where she was like, she should have got like plates or something and just did that, which I agree with. Geneva, She is such a sweet queen, though. Like, everything that I've seen her in, because I've watched her on Hey Queen, all that, on the show. She's just so kind. But the leg hair thing. Styling your leg hair, I don't know why. It's just
weird.
It's weird. It kind of creeps me out. It shouldn't. Like, I get that that's, like, her artistic freedom, but, like, it's not for Steven. And every time that they would show the clip, I'd be like, ooh. So, like, I was also ready for her to go. Mm-hmm. But that's because I didn't want to hear about the leg hair anymore.
Yeah, it was a little weird. But it was Geneva's time to go. She lip synced in every freaking episode but one.
And you know what?
It was the one she wasn't in.
Say what you want. Maya did turn it out in that lip sync. So this whole time when she keeps saying, I'm the flippin' queen in Miami, she definitely proved it.
Yeah, but I agree with the judges. She should have, like, did a flip or something in her walk.
Why?
Like, because she kept talking about being a flipping queen.
But she's walking on the runway. Why would you flip on the runway?
Why wouldn't you?
Because it's a fashion runway.
But if you're trying to brand yourself, it's a branding thing. It doesn't matter if it's a fashion runway or not.
Well, if I wanted to brand myself as like a bitch, because I am, how would I do that on the runway?
You would just talk.
Give my RBF?
Yeah.
I'd be the next one that Michelle's like, you need to smile.
But she's sitting there just like, she's talking about doing all these flips and all this crazy shit, and she's just very monotone as she walks.
And she's very outgoing. As she sits there silently.
she's very outgoing and shy.
I like her, though, so I'm sorry you don't, because it's very obvious that you don't.
I'm indifferent to her. I just didn't think she was going to last as long as she has so far.
No. What about Q's look? Did you like her look?
Q's look was good.
I loved it. It reminded me kind of like, obviously, like a woodland fairy, like the queen. So that part I really loved.
Q's still extra.
Q is very extra.
She's a very pick-me girl.
However, she is friends with Crystal Method, so when that came up, I was like, this makes a lot of sense.
They live in the same state.
Right, so like, you know that they've drawn inspiration from each other, so it makes more sense why she is kind of extra. But I love that she made everything that she's there with, and I love watching her make these outfits, because if I did drag one day, I would be that hot girl or hot glue gun girl.
Yeah, you would.
I can
You'd sit there and tie knots and shit.
I can hand sew, though, but I can't use a machine.
You know who I'm surprised I actually like? Morphine.
I really like her, too.
I didn't think I was going to like her, but she is hilarious.
I still, every time that this girl Morphine shows up in the confessionals, all I can see is the ladybug from A Bug's Life. So thanks a lot, Twitter, for that. So that always makes me laugh. Though I do like that, like, she'll stand up for the other girls whenever, like, she feels
Plain's
like
being a dick to them.
Yeah.
Do you really think Plain is turning over a new leaf? Because I don't.
No. She just did that video with Mistress, and I actually watched the whole thing. And did you watch it?
I watched clips, like where she said a mandatory meetings drag was valid. That was funny, though.
They cracked me up, but, like, there's a few parts where Plain's like going off and you can tell Mistress is like lost interest because she's just like shaking her head yes, like what you do to me. Like when I'm talking and you're done with it, you just like what you're doing now. You're just shaking your head. But there was my favorite moment in that video was when they were like, sometimes you just need to confront and apologize. So Plain tried to call a mandatory meeting and she didn't answer. And then, Plain looked at Mistress and goes, Mother, I think you should put your money where your mouth is and you should call Lucy. So she calls Lucy LaDuca, and Mistress goes, don't embarrass me. And Lucy didn't answer either. And it made me laugh because I was like, that is some shady shit. You should call the person that you were mean to and see if they'll answer. But the more I see Plain, she's kind of growing on me. Now that we've talked about like all of them, all of their looks, who do you think will win?
Like, I have a top 4.
Let's narrow it. Who's your top 3? If you could only pick 3.
Nymphia, Saphira, and then...
Did you know that Saphira is friends with Katya?
Good.
I didn't know that till I watched the pit stop, and Trixie was, when her and Crystal were talking, and they were like, who do you know from this cast? And Crystal was like, Q. She was like, what about you? And Trixie's like, I know Saphira through Katya because they're friends. And then Trixie made me laugh because she was like, pretty much all the queens that I know is through Katya. And that's kind of your life, ain't it?
Right. Maybe Q, maybe Dawn. I don't know.
Nymphia, Saphira, and maybe Q or maybe Dawn. So I asked you to pick 3, but you managed to do 4. Wow. So based off of who is remaining, I will say that my top 3, I agree with Nymphia, I agree with Saphira, and I'm honestly going to throw Q in. I think Q's going to make it to the end, unless she because she's killing these challenges.
I wonder if she's going to have like the storyline of like Jan and Rosé.
But she actually got her win.
Yes, but she can't dance.
No, she cannot dance. So that's the only thing that I see her losing a lip sync. I agree with a lot of people who said that Amanda beat her in that lip sync. Yeah. I do feel like she did.
But they were done with her too.
They were done with Amanda.
Which I think is stupid.
Because they just got rid of all the drama.
Exactly. They could have had like a redemption arc of like a mandatory meeting beating playing Jane.
And then playing
a lip sync.
Oh, that would have been great.
I know.
Ugh. I would have loved to see that.
All-Stars. What if they're in All-Stars together?
Well, now that, according to Plain, Amanda's already stepped up her drag, she won't be bad-mouthing her as much.
Well, yeah, because her drag is valid.
Let's turn to tonight is Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Honestly, I'm kind of over it. It's not that great. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel great. Does that make sense?
I
think coming off of Salt Lake City,
it's very boring.
Yes.
There's not a lot going on. I will agree with that. So we don't have to talk about that. Have you watched The Housewife and the Hustler Part 2 yet?
I have not yet.
If all you really have to watch is the first 5 minutes.
In the last 5 minutes.
In the last 5 minutes, where she's actually meeting with them. And it made me laugh because these victims are all sitting there talking about how they wish that on the show it would have seemed more like she cared, and she admitted that they were victims and she felt bad for them. And it's like, bitch, you have been in legal battles with these people forever, and if you're on national camera saying they are victims, that looks bad for you.
Exactly. So you can't.
She can't do that. And then she was like, well, I'm really sorry, but I don't have any power over production. And they're like, oh, like that never crossed their mind, that she can't control what they show. Like, just like how when it comes to editing, really, you can't control what I decide to show.
Exactly.
So that's why I feel, watch your mouth.
Never.
But she sits there and she does apologize to them. She's like, I'm really sorry that all of this happened. She's like, I didn't know anything, blah blah. But it was a nice little ending.
Well, that's
but like
good.
I would like to turn the page on her story, because like,
so she didn't drive off a cliff and roll a couple times and still make
that was Tom. Tom's the one that did it. Tom's house was broken into.
Did you see that he's like lucid now?
Yeah, I did see that, and said that he wants to be put on trial and things like that. I'm like, maybe not, bud.
You better play stupid, buddy.
I would keep playing stupid. I'd be like, I don't know hot cold. But it was an interesting watch while I was playing a video game, because I didn't want to have to focus too much on it. But it was interesting.
Well,
I will
good.
give her that. And I'm glad that she is doing better with her $1 tickets to her Vegas residency.
I'm still just a little mad about Erica Jane. She's okay.
I'm glad that this is over so she can come out with new music, because unlike all the other housewives, no offense, Luann, she can sing. So
sing or auto-tune?
Either or. Everybody does auto-tune now. The only one that doesn't is Taylor Swift, from my knowledge. I am indifferent to her. I will say I love all the stuff that she's doing.
I think she's smart with how she has branded herself and what she does.
And my God, she just like
she put football on the map.
She did. I didn't even know what football was until
she started dating the stupid dude.
Yeah, like I don't know the rules. I don't know how that works. But then, like, when I watched the Super Bowl because I wanted to see the halftime show, so I even watched it till the end in hopes that, like, Taylor would give a speech, but I guess she doesn't. I guess it's just like the guys.
They probably told her not to talk about how she was voting for Biden until after.
I love that conspiracy that she was just going to miraculously announce that she's voting for Biden when it's like, she's already made that abundantly clear to people.
Exactly. In her documentary, didn't she say that she refused to vote for Trump?
Yeah, she refused to vote for him, and she was against Marsha Blackburn from Tennessee, because that's what started the discussion, was because that woman is against, like, women's rights. So Taylor was like, no, ma'am. I'm not, like, I'm speaking out against you, lady. So I really like what she's doing, because someone like that, speaking to these younger generation, she's going to get the word out. As opposed, like, do you know that when she posted the voter registration link, they had over like 250,000 people register that day?
That's good. She's very smart because she knows the poor people can't see her live, so she put it in the AMC theaters. She's like, here you go, poors.
Look, you can't blame her for people scalping her tickets like that. That was not her doing.
I saw the video of them saying, how much did you spend on your Super Bowl ticket? $8,000, $10,000, $9,000.
Right.
The same thing for Taylor Swift. They spend $10,000 to go see that bitch.
And people do this every year for the Super Bowl, though. They spend all that money.
Yeah.
I wouldn't personally, but I don't have interest in sports ball.
Exactly.
Yay.
Well,
we will be right back, and we are going to be giving our final thoughts on things that we'll be up to, and we are back.
And we are back.
Yep. That's exactly what I said. Thank you for repeating it. I'm not an English major, and technically either are you.
No, I am not.
I'll cut that out, because that might be embarrassing for you. Anyway,
we are back.
What are you going to be up to for the rest of the week? Anything exciting? Anything good?
Not
looking
really.
Forward to anything? I'm looking forward to my Drag Fridays.
Oh, there you go. I have to work Saturday, but I'll be off Sunday, Monday, because Monday's a holiday.
What holiday is it?
President's Day.
Oh.
I know.
I mean, I don't celebrate
I get off work, so that's all that matters.
Well, my husband is going on a trip tomorrow to Michigan. I'm staying home to take care of the animals, unless you would like to come over and take care of Finn.
No, thank you.
He'll eat you.
If I take care of Finn, he would be buried.
It sounds like you're going to kill him.
I mean, it's only self-defense, buddy.
I gotta tell you, I think that if you got into a knockout, drag-out fight with that dog, I think he would kill you.
Oh, probably would.
No offense,
I
Dillon.
told you, I am not a fighter.
Anyway, so he's going to Michigan. He's gonna be, I guess, celebrating Anthony's birthday. I will be staying home. I will be relaxing. I gotta clean the house. You know, wifely duties.
Maybe you'll get 7 early.
I did, because I've bitched about this on the podcast before. When you pre-order a game and it always shows up late, I was shocked, Dillon, when I checked my email today and it said that it updated my status of my order, saying that it is now shipping. So I hit the track and it was like, it's not posted yet, but it won't be posted till they scan it. So I have already set it up so that I will be getting notifications every time they scan that package. And I was like, oh, thank God. So hopefully I get it on time. If not, I'm going to have to do a digital download for $60. And my husband won't be happy, but it is what it is. I'm not going to not play that on release day.
Right. I don't blame you.
So I'm excited for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The day before, which is the 27th, is going to be Pokemon Day, where they make announcements.
Oh, nice.
Have you seen what the alleged leak is of what they're doing? The alleged leak is that the big announcement is Let's Go Wooper and Let's Go Togepi from Johto.
Okay.
So if they...
Why Wooper?
I don't know.
Why Togepi?
I don't know. They're Johto Pokemon.
I don't know. That's just weird.
Look, if they do Let's Go, so long as they keep it the same way for shiny hunting as they did in the first one, Pikachu and Eevee, I will be happy because I liked that, because you just had to catch the same one over and over again, and then you got the candies so you could upgrade them. Dillon still won't fight my team from Let's Go.
I will not.
Because they all have 200 candies of each, so their stats are boosted by 200 apiece. But if that's the announcement, I will be happy with that, because I like Johto, and there's a leak saying that you'll be able to go back to the first area as well.
Oh, like Kanto?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Post-game. So I look forward to it. The other thing that they might be releasing on Pokemon Day, which is the 27th, is that they might be doing a remake of Black and White, or they might even be doing like Celebi Legends. That one's more of speculation. Mm-hmm. I think and pray the one that I'm rooting for is the Let's Go. Okay. I liked those
I'd
ones.
be okay with that. The only thing about Let's Go I didn't like is just the repetitiveness. You want to catch the same one over and over again.
That's only when you're shiny hunting, though. Do you even shiny hunt, bro?
No, I don't.
I do.
Because my ADD gets the best of me.
I do it while I'm laying in bed on my Switch, and I just catch them over and over again. It makes it a lot easier.
I'm hoping GameStop is going to do an early release, and I get to play it on the 27th or the 28th, whatever.
The Final Fantasy?
Uh-huh.
I can see that.
That's what they did the last time.
Look, I'm excited for it. The rumor is that it stops where Disc 1 stopped.
Yeah.
Which is right after Aerith dies, and she better die.
Makes sense.
If not, I'm going to boycott.
Rage?
I'm not going to rage. Not everything makes me rage.
So you're not going to play part 3?
I mean, I will. I'll still give them my money. They're hoping that on Nintendo Direct there will be an announcement about Dragon Quest.
Okay.
Because
that'll be nice.
The one of the directors has been talking about it again.
Uh-huh.
So, because he stated that he has played the Dragon Quest 3 remake, and it's in like the trials phase.
I'm excited for that.
I am too.
Because it has the same graphics as Octopath, right? Good.
So,
I like that.
I am excited for that. I'm ready for them to do 10 on the release that nationally, because they're not doing the online version, which Square Enix, I would quit Final Fantasy 11 on the private server and Final Fantasy 14 and give Dragon Quest all of my money.
I mean, you're already not giving Square Enix half of your money because you don't pay for 11.
That's true.
So,
but I still pay for 14.
You just said you would quit 14 for Dragon Quest 10.
I would buy the downloadable items. Yeah. I don't have a Dissidia Opera Omnia bill this month anymore.
That's why you're swimming in cash.
Shut up, Dillon. I would not say that I'm swimming in cash. And you can't say that or else my family's going to ask for money.
Well.
I know. So I look forward to our viewers commenting, liking, subscribing. Please.
Let us know how we're doing. Someone, please.
Yeah, please give us some feedback for the love of God. Leave a comment. Tell us what you would like us to talk about. We'll talk about whatever you want us to. Shit, if you want me to talk about, I don't know, what something terrible. If you want me to talk about football for an hour, I'll do that if that'll get me viewers.
Oh, man.
I know. Can you?
I don't know if I could do that.
I'll make shit up. Anyway, we are on Spotify, YouTube, Apple. We are also on Patreon, all at Humble Narcissists with an S. So please like, follow, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.